Hi, so if you guys haven't seen what's going on with Chinese manufacturers on TikTok, you have to look this up. Like I'm sure many of you have, I ended up on Chinese warehouse TikTok, and they're leaking all the secrets about how our stuff is made. For example, Birkin bags that are like $38,000, they show how they're made, and honestly, the quality was really good. But altogether, those Birkin bags that are $38,000 came out to about $1,600. Laundry pods were $20 for $1. And in America, that would have been like, what, $13? And the craziest part is they're showing people how to order directly from the manufacturer in China to where you can avoid the tariffs and not pay American prices for any of those products. And we're talking every shoe brand you've ever worn, every clothing brand you've ever worn, anything that you buy, they have shown us how to order it for a fraction of the price. It is such an epic level of petty, and I love it so much. And the thing is, what do American companies think we're gonna do? We're gonna pay their prices rather than Chinese prices when I can get 1,000 times more product for the same price as we get here. We're not going to do that. These Chinese companies called our bluff. They were like, oh, you want to put a tariff on us? Okay, here's every product you buy in America at an inflated price for a fraction of the cost. This is the craziest Uno reverse card I've ever seen in my life. Anyway, have fun going down that rabbit hole.
That's crazy. Someone here said in the comments, I bought 80K worth of outdoor furniture from a high-end company for 15K straight from Chinese manufacturers. 7K was taxes and shipping. That means a majority of the product that you're paying for is just the label and the brand. And that minute amount is just the product itself. TikTok is taking down their videos. I watched that one of the guy explaining the $1,300 Birkin bag versus the brand name one. Now it's completely gone. Not in my watch history even, and now off his. So I guess TikTok is also trying to make a way to make sure that people don't get to see this. This is crazy. So now all the Americans are starting to realize this. You know what surprises me the most is that this was always common knowledge or common information, because when you see half the products in your own house, literally every single item that you pick up in the house, the tables, the TV, the electronics, everything says made in China. So what made us think that luxury brands wouldn't go over to China and take advantage of the lower cost, buy all those stuff that they need, and then come and sell it at a markup so that they can make profit? And I'm sure that most of the money that they spend is towards marketing so that they can able to brainwash us to make us think that these brands are luxury. It's sad.
Who are the suppliers behind Lululemon? Number 1, Xianglong Apparel, who supplies the most yoga suits, and it is also the OEM for Fila and Under Armour. Number 2, Hongqisheng Clothing, who produces yoga suits for Lululemon. Lululemon sells this jacket for nearly $100, but here only costs you $6 to $5 with similar fabric and quality. If you want to get in touch with suitable sportswear supplier, contact with me. I'm Rosie from Yiwu, China.
Spectacular. Give me 14 of them right now.
Really? Mm-hmm. Do you know what's in here?
I don't care. Don't tell me.
Probably should have took this app away when they had the chance, because the Chinese manufacturers just hit them folks with the Uno reverse. And right now, the Chinese manufacturers are the best content on TikTok. They said, oh, tariffs, you say? Oh, okay. American people, y'all said y'all like New Balance, Adidas, Nike, bet. Oh, yeah. The manufacturer is such and such, located at such and such in Guangzhou. They do shipping within this time, and here are the products. I've seen the manufacturers for every brand anybody could possibly think of, from shoes and apparel to beauty products. One of the Chinese manufacturers said, oh yeah, you know how you pay such and such $100 for Chanel beauty products? Well, we only make them for $10.
Wow.
Listen, I don't know how this tariff thing is going to play out, but the way that the Chinese manufacturers are playing their hand, absolutely well done. 10s across the board. I told y'all in the years that I lived in China, I got everything under the sun because everything is pretty much made there. So to see people learning about the actual quality that's in China, because not everything is made cheaply, and learning about websites like Taobao, y'all better get to getting while the getting is good.
And the fact that she has all of the websites or manufacturers that you can find right there is wild. Someone said here, I'm looking for specific sites, especially Lululemon. I made a spreadsheet dropping tonight. Jesus, everyone's working hand in hand to make sure that they can get the scoop. Everyone one's a plug at this point. Someone said, I just need to know if China has car insurance, full coverage for $20 to $100. That would be a hell of a deal if they can sell it to you. Nothing like making the American people love the Chinese even more. Trump is unifying both countries without even knowing it. It's happening behind the scenes, not with the politicians and everything, but it's happening with individual manufacturers and the consumers.
I think this just might be the death of the luxury market as we know it. I don't know if you guys are on this side of TikTok yet, but basically all of the Chinese manufacturers that make all of the big brands that we love and pay a lot of fucking money for, they're being exposed because they are literally making these top luxury brands in China, Louis Vuitton, Hermes. I was even seeing like dishwasher pods, okay? And they are showing you how you can go direct to the manufacturer. They were talking about this one Hermes bag, I think it was like $38,000, but you can buy it from them for $1,000. The argument has always been, oh, well, it's not gonna be the same quality. Yeah, it is, because that's literally where they're making it. It's the exact same thing. And I think it's crazy because this is kind of the thing that I've been saying for a long time, right? Like there was this Louis Vuitton purse that I really, really liked and I wanted to buy it, but I'm like, I'm not spending $6,000 on that. Like I'm a mom, in my purse there's probably gonna be like an old fucking banana peel, a crushed up water bottle. Like I'm not spending $6,000 on a purse and then putting it down at the park. Like no, bro, I'm gonna be like wrapping it in bubble wrap and carrying it like a baby. So I went and I bought a dupe, okay, for like $100. It's amazing. It's beautiful. We love her. And now think about how many more fun things I can do with that additional $5,900. Luxury isn't about quality anymore. It's about psychology. Like if you feel like you're better than somebody else because your bag costs more, even though it's the exact same thing, that's not confidence. That's just capitalism doing what it does best, tricking you into trading your wealth for status. Think about what I just said right there. You are trading your wealth for status. And here's the thing, okay, if you really love designer and you want to continue buying it, like there's no judgment here. There's nothing wrong with spending money as long as it aligns with your values and your goals. But if you're waking up every day exhausted, stuck in a job that you hate, wishing that you had more freedom, but then dropping thousands of dollars on stuff to make you look rich instead of actually becoming rich, you have to ask yourself why. Because those designer bags, those designer shoes, like that's your retirement. That's your ability to stop working years or even decades earlier. Because spending money is not the problem, but spending to feel like you're enough when you already are, that's the trap. And honestly, I think the bigger flex is having the money to buy something like that and then choosing to buy the dupe instead because you'd rather have that money grow and work for you, but that's just me.
She put it really well. You're trading your money and wealth for status. Wow, it's just all for perception. Dang.
The Chinese are fighting back in more ways than just tariffs. A series of TikToks are going viral about shopping directly with Chinese suppliers, skipping over and leaving out the American middlemen like Amazon, Alibaba, AliExpress, and even luxury stores. Chinese factories and suppliers are even making videos directly targeting the American consumers, showing them exactly how much the goods are to make and how American companies are scamming them out of money. One viral example shows the costs of Lululemon's activewear. The Chinese suppliers say for the $100 leggings you can actually get for $5 or $6. And one creator said the Chinese are about to out-capitalism the US. The videos from Chinese suppliers also cover luxury goods like designer handbags, showing them the production process and highlighting the craftsmanship. This comes at a time where the Louis Vuitton factory in Texas, which was opened by Donald Trump and LVMH bosses, has been ranked globally as one of the worst performing factories. Due to poor craftsmanship and errors, they're wasting around 40% of all the leather hides, which is more than double the expected rate. There's also accounts of workers using hot melting pins on canvas to conceal errors, as staff are encouraged to work as fast as possible. They even struggled to recruit workers for this factory in Texas as there was a shortage of skilled workers in the US. This is a scary moment where we are witnessing two capitalist giants and the right to consume anything whenever people want. So I do hope this shows the premiums that we are paying and that we need to know more about the craftsmanship, quality and provenance of our things.
They're going to put a lot of pressure on a lot of these luxury brands because now you have to show how you justify the pricing on that. How do you justify a bag to be $38,000? Hey, unless it's Jesus who we have in the back of the factory and all his disciples helping him out to make that bag, I don't understand how that can be $38,000. Trump beaten at his own game. Indeed it is. The US picked a fight with the wrong country. Unfortunately, this is what it has to come down to. Yeah, what was that Mike Tyson quote? Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face. Someone said the brand washing we've been led to believe, I suspect for a while, China just outright confirmed it.
Going down the DH gate rabbit hole, especially with all the tariffs going on, and seeing the ungodly amount of money I've spent on designer over the years has me pissed. As a former sneakerhead, I guess maybe I still am, but we used to look down on people that would buy DH Gate shoes because they're not real and you could only wear real shoes. And then getting into designer where I've bought so much Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, all of these big brands that we kind of look down on people that will buy fake, what we consider fake from DHgate. And now to find out that stuff is the same stuff that I could have been buying for $100, but I spent $2,000 on it. This makes me sick. I knew I should have put that money into an investment property or something to make me money, but I just wanted to stunt. Now I'm going to be living by what I tell my clients to not worry about designer. Put that money into real estate.
A lot of people are coming to light and realizing that this consumerism is just crazy. We've really been brainwashed because making fun of people having fakes was always a big thing as well. So we're all forcing each other to go and buy the original, paying all that markup for nothing. Consumerism is being exposed and I'm totally here for it because people be wanting validation so bad. Designer clothes is the biggest waste of money. I would have to agree. Rich people was wearing quite luxury without logos. Whole time they just bought it straight from the source without the logo.
Oh my God! Now I know you've been seeing this guy all over your FYP. Well, he goes by the name of Sin Bags, and he's basically been exposing luxury brands, their costs, and how you can get these bags directly. Albeit you won't get the label, but you'll still get the quality material. And you've also probably been seeing this woman here. Well, she goes by the name of Luna, sourcing China, and she lets you know the distributors for some of your favorite clothing brands, including Lululemon. Now, people have been trying to figure out, why are these people coming across FYP? Well, here's the thing. We've gone through a tariff war with the United States and China China has started to reduce their regulations on a lot of things, which includes counterfeiting. If you guys didn't know, China is an authoritarian regime, and so they have strict guidelines when it comes to counterfeiting because prior to all the tariff wars, they used to have a relationship with the US, and China used to honor patents as well as trademarks for a lot of these luxury brands. Until the trade war happened, and then they just said, F it. Now, before the trade war, we were still able to get those dupes from the gate, if you know what I will. But that's because most of those distributors hadn't got caught yet. Because again, prior, China had this like, if we don't see it, it's not occurring type of policy. But if they did see it, then they would be taken down. And that's why a lot of those gate Alibaba, AliExpress type of companies would often go down, and it'd be really hard to find those distributors again because they would get caught. And then they would have to come back and rebrand as a new name, even though they still had the same material. But now that those regulations have been dropped, you're going to start seeing a lot more of these distributors basically just selling directly to you.
Where are the MacBook vendors?
What even surprised me is that it's own an independent brand called YY Sport. It's like a distributor for sports shoes like Nike and Adidas. Same as like Foot Locker in America. And
y'all sorry some owe me a apology. I made a video about a month ago talking about all the shoes I got from factories overseas and how I spent a quarter of the price, and y'all were saying I was fake and like, I'm just, buying fake shoes and yada, yada, yada. Now China's saying, yeah, the shoes that you get from Foot Locker come for our factories and you're paying for overpriced shit. Like I said. Check this shit out. I'm wearing my SB Dunk Shark 2s. These cost me like $35 from a factory in China. StockX is selling the same shoes that I got for $40 for $322. And the thing I don't understand is when people say, oh, these are the real ones, but the ones I have on are fake. How do you, what does it mean to be fake? Because when it comes down to it, a lot of y'all think if y'all buy it from certain places, oh, that legitimizes it. But y'all don't realize the way this shit works in America, the reason why they have these big brands and big labels and shit like that is for you to think they're legitimate when they're really not. Just think about it for a second. If these shoes that I have on, if the same gas companies can get it from overseas, I paid $40. Let's say hypothetically, because they buy them in bulk, they can get it for $20. Why would they have their own separate factories or do all their own separate shit if they can get the same products for half the price that I already paid or that they're already selling them for? That doesn't make sense. I guess people think that they have these specialty factories or these specialty places that they get the stuff from. No, why would they do that? Why would they spend more money to have their own stuff when they can just pay a quarter of the price at a factory and charge 1,000% for Americans and then we'll pay for that shit? Y'all can try to be elitist all you want to. I got plugs that I can get everything I want. I guess about a handful of shoes I'm going to get that I'm done buying shoes. But I saw fucking on here that were selling Tide Pods. I'm about to spend $200 on my Tide Pods and never have to buy laundry detergent again. So y'all can be fake elitists all you want to and spend 1,000% over market price for shit so you can have the legitimate stuff. Me, look, I'm getting my shit direct from China and I'm loving it.
Someone said it's not trade, it's corporate greed. Absolutely it is. China has spilled the tea with the links, the plugs, and every other place where you can get them. Oh, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Are you guys buying from China or are we still rocking with the corporate brands out here that are exploiting us? Let me know down below. This is the guy they've been talking about.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little, very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else, like leathers, zippers, and hardware, remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
A lot of people here are like, how do I buy a bag? Do you have a link for the bag, please? Aren't Hermes handbags handmade in France? I saw a documentary saying Hermes handbags are all handmade in France. To be honest with you, I mean, they have no incentive to tell you the truth. What makes you think that they'll expose the truth? But anyway, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I want to hear your thoughts. Let me know if you're actually going to buy the real one or the no-name brand. But I'll see you guys when I see you. Peace.